First fight for us, Umar Nurmagomedov, minus 540 against Raoni Barcelos, who is plus 420. Obviously, heavy favorites in our scoring system. If you lose, you're going to pay the price. Nurmagomedov, 15-0 overall. 3-0 in the UFC. Mostly a submission guy, Brian, at least when it comes to his finishes. Here he faces Barcelos, who's the more UFC-tested party. It'll be his 9th UFC appearance. Looked pretty good his last time out against Trevin 5-Star Jones. Your thoughts on this one on the main card, Nurmagomedov and Barcelos?
Yeah, so on my own podcast, I spent the better part of the end of the year tolling up what I picked and what I did, whatever. And I noticed I spent most of my 22 fading rushing fighters because they have huge numbers next to their name, and I'm a value boy at heart. I'm like, I got to get one up. But that has obviously failed me because they continue to dominate. And Umar is no different. This guy is a stud. I've been high on him since he came to the UFC. I think his grappling obviously is great. That's what he's known for. But his vision and his explosive on the feet, his quick twitch muscle is really, really good. Elite, I would say. And he's flying on the radar here. I really think by the end of 2023, he's going to be fighting for the eliminator for a title. I think he's that ceiling. And I don't want to shit all over behind Barcelos because I haven't talked about him. This guy's a vet. This guy's been in there. He's a good grappler. And he's no chump. He's been in there, but I think his time has passed a little bit. He's been a little inactive. And I think it's Umar's time now. I think this is going to be a levels fight. There's going to be showed some levels here. In our scoring system, it would make sense to pick Barcelos, but I think Umar's special. So give me Umar by decision. I don't know if he gets him out of there, but I like Umar.
Can you imagine starting your year with max lock of the week bet on Umar Nurmagomedov for $2,500? You know,
I mean,
Ken Flo minus 540. Certainly not a price most bettors are going to be laying. Perhaps the parlay folks get out there a little bit. But any thoughts on Nurmagomedov here against Raoni Barcelos?
This is what makes it difficult, John, are the numbers. And so I've looked at this fight from a lot of different angles. When I look at Nurmagomedov's name, Nurmagomedov, I look at a guy who is very good at keeping a long range, so it's very difficult for you to land shots on the outside because his kicking game is so good. Whether he's going upstairs or attacking your body, he's always keeping you at bay, which forces you to try to close that gap as quickly as possible, which allows him to hit a lot of these reactive takedowns. And from there, he controls you or ultimately submits you and hits you with good enough grounded pound. Now, I still want to see more from him. I think he absolutely, like Brian said, is a guy you need to watch. I would not be surprised to see him in the top 5 at some point or fighting for a title. But I think Barcelos is someone to be respected. I just based on the numbers, I love this fight as far as Nurmagomedov goes because Barcelos can wrestle. He is, good on the ground. I think he could pose a problem for Nurmagomedov in the boxing range. Kicking range, I think that's where he's really going to struggle. I think Nurmagomedov is going to be significantly faster than him on the feet. But just based on the numbers, I'll take it. I think it's going to be closer than people think, and I'll go the way of Barcelos because I think those numbers are a bit inflated.